Life can really kick you in the teeth sometimes, can't it? One minute you think you've got things figured out, the next, bam! Everything feels like a giant steaming pile of garbage. You wake up, and the world seems gray. Your favorite cereal tastes like cardboard. Even your dog looks at you with pity. This feeling, this heavy blanket of ugh, it's a common human experience. It doesn't make you special, but it sure as heck doesn't feel good. It's that sensation where even getting out of bed seems like climbing Mount Everest in your underwear during a blizzard. It's a tough spot to be in, no doubt about it, a real low point. It's perfectly okay to feel down. Seriously, anyone who tells you to just be happy all the time is probably selling something or is just plain delusional. Life isn't a constant parade of sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it's a torrential downpour with no umbrella in sight. Feeling sad or lost, or like you just don't care anymore, that's part of the deal. It's a signal, maybe your brain's way of saying, hey, something isn't right here, buddy. Ignoring these feelings is like ignoring a fire alarm because the noise is annoying. It's not a sign of weakness to admit things suck. It's a sign of being a human being who is actually paying attention. But here's the kicker. Feeling down is one thing. Deciding to set up camp there and live in that misery is another. You can acknowledge the suck, you can wallow in it for a bit, heck, have a pity party if you need to. But then, you've got to decide what's next. Are you going to let this feeling define you? Are you going to let it win? Because that's a choice you make, whether you realize it or not. Staying stuck in the mud because it's familiar is easy. Crawling out, getting dirty, and finding solid ground, that takes effort. It's a decision to fight back against the inertia of despair. This dark cloud, this heavy weight, it doesn't have to be your permanent address. Think of it like bad weather. It comes, it pours, it makes everything miserable, but eventually, the storm passes. The sun does come out again. The trick is not to convince yourself that the storm is forever. The trick is to remember that you've been through storms before, maybe different kinds, but storms nonetheless. And you're still here, aren't you? That resilience, that ability to weather the bad stuff is already inside you, even if it's hiding under a pile of gloom and self-doubt right now. So things are tough. You feel like you've been hit by a truck, then backed over, then hit again for good measure. The thought of giving up can be pretty darn tempting, can't it? Like a warm, cozy blanket of I don't have to try anymore. But here's the thing. Giving up on yourself is the biggest disservice you can possibly do. It's like having a winning lottery ticket and then using it as a napkin. You are still breathing, you are still here, which means there's still a chance, still a possibility for things to get better, to change, to not suck quite so much. That very fact is a reason to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Not giving up on yourself is an act of defiance. It's telling the universe or your crappy circumstances or your own negative thoughts, you don't get to win. I'm still in this fight. Staying strong isn't about being made of stone or never feeling pain. It's about feeling all that crap and still choosing to move forward, even if it's just a tiny, pathetic shuffle. Every time you choose to try, even when it feels pointless, you're building something. You're building resilience. You're proving to yourself that you're tougher than you thought. It's a profound act of self-respect, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Think about it. When you give up on yourself, who are you really letting down? It's you. You're robbing your future self of the chance to see things improve, to experience joy again, to achieve something, anything. It's like saying, yeah, past me, you were right. I am a loser. Don't give that satisfaction to your inner critic. The act of persevering, of simply refusing to quit is powerful. It sends a message to your own brain that you value yourself enough to keep going, to keep searching for a way through the darkness. This isn't about grand gestures. It's about the quiet, stubborn refusal to surrender. This strength, this ability to endure, it's not some magical gift bestowed upon a chosen few. It's more like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you face a challenge and don't crumble, you're doing a rep. Every time you feel like giving in but take one more step, that's another rep. It might feel awful at first, like your muscles are screaming, but over time you'll find you can handle more. You'll find that what once seemed impossible is now just another obstacle to overcome. It's about building that internal fortitude day by day, choice by choice. History and even our daily lives are packed with stories of people who got knocked down hard but refused to stay down. These aren't superheroes, they're ordinary people who found extraordinary strength when things got incredibly tough. Take someone like Nelson Mandela. The guy spent 27 years in prison for fighting against an unjust system. Imagine that. Decades locked away, facing immense hardship. Did he give up his fight, his beliefs? Heck no. He emerged and helped change an entire nation. That's not just resilience, that's a masterclass in not letting circumstances break your spirit, a testament to enduring belief. Then there's someone like J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter made her richer than the Queen, she was a single mom, struggling, getting rejection letters left and right for her manuscript. It would have been so easy for her to think, well, this writing thing isn't working out, guess I'll just give up. But she didn't. She kept pushing, kept believing in her story, and look what happened. Her persistence didn't just change her life, it created a global phenomenon that brought joy to millions. It shows that sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs are on the other side of the most disheartening setbacks. It's not just famous people either. Think about people in your own life or stories you've heard. The friend who battled a serious illness and came out stronger. The family member who lost their job but worked tirelessly to find a new path, reinventing themselves in the process. These are everyday examples of incredible resilience. They faced their own versions of the suck and chose to fight, to adapt, to overcome. Their stories are all around us, quiet reminders that human beings are capable of amazing things when they refuse to be defeated by adversity. They show us that inner strength is a common human trait. These examples aren't meant to make you feel bad if you're struggling. They're meant to show you what's possible. They're proof that dark times don't have to be the end of the story. They are inspiration, not a measuring stick for your own pain. The common thread in all these stories is a refusal to let the present difficulty dictate the entire future. They found a reason, however small, to keep going. And if they could find that strength, buried under all their own crap, then there's a darn good chance you can too. It's about finding that spark. Okay, so inspirational stories are nice, but what can you actually do when you feel like you're drowning in a sea of metaphorical poo? First off, stop trying to fix everything all at once. That's overwhelming and usually leads to doing nothing. Instead, focus on one small, manageable thing. Seriously, just one. Maybe it's getting out of bed and taking a shower. Maybe it's making yourself a decent meal instead of eating junk food straight from the bag. These tiny victories matter. They create a little bit of momentum, a tiny shift from, I can't do anything to, I did that one thing. Another super important yet often overlooked thing, talk to someone. Keeping all that negativity bottled up inside is like shaking a soda can. Eventually it's going to explode and it won't be pretty. Find a friend, a family member, a therapist, even a stranger on a helpline. Just letting the words out can take some of the power away from those dark thoughts. You don't need them to solve your problems, you just need them to listen. It's amazing how hearing your own worries said aloud can sometimes make them seem a little less monstrous. Connection is a powerful antidote to despair. Get physical, even if it's the last thing you feel like doing. Go for a short walk, do 10 jumping jacks, stretch for 5 minutes. Exercise releases endorphins, which are like natural mood boosters. You don't need to run a marathon or become a gym rat. Just move your body. It can help clear your head and give you a small sense of accomplishment. Think of it as tricking your brain into feeling a little bit better. It's a surprisingly effective way to disrupt the cycle of negative thoughts and physical lethargy that often accompanies feeling down. And finally, remember this, and this is the big one. You have overcome challenges before. You have. Think back. There were times in your past when you thought you wouldn't make it, when things felt impossible. But you're here now. You got through it. That same strength, that same resilience is still in you. It might be buried deep, it might be tired, but it's there. You have the power within you to face what's in front of you. Don't ever let yourself forget that. You are not defined by your struggles, but by how you choose to respond to them.